Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sandhya Tapadia from College of Engineering, Pune. Today we are going to talk about data manipulation using dplyr package in R. All right. So first of all, what do we mean by data manipulation? Why do we need that? Okay. So the data manipulation, it refers to the process of adjusting data to make it organized and easier to read. Okay, because in real life, it is rare that we get the data in the exact or the right form which we need. Okay, so for example, on the web server logs, data manipulation is used to allow the website owner to monitor their most famous pages. Okay, to forecast the developments in the stock market and how the stocks might perform shortly. The stock market analysts also use data manipulation. Accountants use it to manipulate for assessing the expense of the product, pricing patterns, future tax obligations, etc. So there are so many aspects, or there are so many fields where we have a huge amount of data which we need to manipulate as per our requirement. Okay, so we can say the purpose of data manipulations, because we need to have data in the consistent format. We should be able to use the historical data to project the future and provide more in-depth analysis. Then we should be able to transform, edit, delete, and insert data into the database. Means we should be able to do more with existing data. So that is what the purpose of data manipulation is. All right. Now in R, there is this package called dplyr, which is used for data manipulation. This package, it was written and maintained, and it is maintained by Hadley Wickham, and it comprises of many functions that perform mostly use data manipulation operations. Okay. In fact, one can say that dplyr is a grammar of data manipulation, which provides a consistent set of verbs that help us solve most common data manipulation challenges. Okay, so today we are going to learn about some functions in dplyr. Most of the times we use. They are filter, arrange, select, and mutate. The function summarize we have already seen when we saw data frames. All right. So mainly today we will focus on these four functions, mostly on the filter function. It is used to pick based on their values. The arrange function, as the name suggests, it helps us to order the given data, or to be more precise, ordering of the rows. Function select helps us to pick variables based on their names. And mutate, it helps us to add new variables that might be functions of the existing variables, our data. All right. So now let's go to RStudio and start our work. Here in RStudio, basically for today's class, I would be using two ready-made files which are already available on the spoken tutorial as well. I have saved them in a folder called data manipulation on my desktop. So I'm just opening that folder, and you will be able to see the files which are there. The files are myviz.r. This is my source file today on which I would be working. And a ready-made data frame, moviesdata.csv, is a data frame which is readily available in RStudio. We would be working on this data frame to check our operations of data manipulation. So let me just make this as my working directory. All right. Now let me clear my console over here. And you already know that to use the dplyr package, first need to install that. So here I have already installed it. Know the commands for installation. So I won't be showing how to install that package. The readymade command is install.package. In round bracket, you need to write the name of this package dplyr in inverted commas. And then the package will get installed in your RStudio. So the first thing what we will do is I've opened this mywiz.r over here. And the very first thing which I will be doing is I'll be checking the library for that dplyr. So I need to load the library so that I would be able to use the functions in the dplyr package, which I have written in my source file. All right. So let me run the first line library of dplyr by using Control Enter. So now probably, as you can see, console, if you can see, attaching package dplyr, following objects are masked: filter, lag, and some more objects they have mentioned over here, which we would be able to. All right. So as I said, we want to use the movies data frame. So let me just click on, first of all, let me read that movies data and let me show you how that data frame looks. What is the data basically given in that data frame? So as you can see in the environment tab, it has got 600 observations of 31 variables. The variables are basically, this is the serial number, title type, means whether it is a feature film, is it a documentary, or something like that. Type of the movie. Then what is the genre of the movie? It could be drama, it could be comedy, horror, documentary. Then there are something like action and adventure. Sci-fi is also there, I think. Yes, mystery and suspense, science fiction and fantasy. So these many. So in fact, such genres are there. Then you have runtime. How many the movie is how much long? Then MPAA rating. Which studio has created the movie? Then theatrical release year, month, and day. So basically, these three columns will comprise the releasing date of the movie. Then you can see the DVD release date, IMDb ratings, IMDb number of votes, critics rating, critics scores, audience rating, audience scores, best pick nomination, if that movie has got best picture nomination, and whether if it has won the best picture award in the Academy Awards, probably in Oscars. Then best actor, whether best actor award has been got to that movie, best actress, best director, then whether it was in top 200 movies probably of that year, who are the directors, actors in that movie, and so on. So such 31 columns are there. So it's a huge data frame having data of around 600 movies based on different. Okay, so let me close this data frame. I need to work on this data frame now. Okay, so as you can see, it is a huge data frame to work manually on it. Let me start with our first function, dplyr, which is filter. Okay, so as the name suggests, filter, it selects the pieces which are based on their value. Okay, so let us see how we use this particular function over here. Suppose we want to consider only the first 10 movies in the data frame. Okay, give me a moment. Let me just adjust because I want my source window to be big. Okay, fine. So suppose I want to consider only the first 10 movies in that data frame. Okay, so I use the command filter in bracket movies, and I've written 1 to 10, it's 1:10, comma, blank space in the square brackets. So this thing you are familiar with. The first place shows the row numbers, the second place shows the column numbers. Before the comma are rows, after the comma columns, isn't it? So let me just run this, and obviously whatever that small data frame would be formed, I'm the name movies first 10 to that data frame because it is a sub data frame. So let me press Control Enter to run that particular line, and let's view this small data frame. If you can see the environment, you can see 10 observations of 31 variables. So the first 10 movies are listed over here out of. Now, here it is, having said that, 1 is to 10, I mean, 1 to 10, nothing special about that. I can choose, let me go to the console and let me choose the movies, say from 1 to 5. So I want movies. Let me just set the name as it is. Movies first 10 doesn't, I mean, won't make much difference. But yes, if you can see here, I have given the number 51 to 65, and movies with serial numbers 51 to 65 have been listed now. Okay. As having said this, nothing special about only the rows. I can do the same with the column. All right. So only thing would be I won't be writing anything before comma. Whatever number of columns I want, I would be writing them after the comma, the sequence. All right. That you already know, so I won't be showing it over here. But yes, that's how you can go on doing operations with the help of filter. As far as selection of rows or specific columns. Now, suppose now I want to filter the movies with the help of a specific column. Suppose I want a specific genre, a comment. I want to talk about movies with genre comedy. So let me write the command again. Command is filter in the filter. This is the first argument. It is the name of the data frame, and second is genre. Genre equal in double quotes comedy. I want this particular genre. Now you need to remember that this is the genre comedy which has been listed in my movies data frame. It is case sensitive. So I need to remember that. So accordingly, I have written it. So let me run the command. Let's do that movies comedy, and sub data frame I'm calling that movies comedy. It will list all the movies with genre comedy, as you can see. How many are there? You can see it in the environment. There are 87 movies. Okay, so 87 observations of 31 variables. So I can see there are out of 600, 87 movies are with genre comedy. All right. So this is how one can filter it with respect to a particular variable. All right. Now let me use logical operators of the variables. So I can use the logical OR operator to combine two or more values. I can use logical and so on. Okay, so let's check it one by one. So I'm talking about the logical OR operator. It is denoted by this standing line to combine the two or more values. Okay, so suppose I want to combine or I want to have the movies with the genre comedy and drama. I mean, I'm saying but I want comedy or drama or both. Obviously, both is not there in this particular case. So I want union of the movies with the genre comedy with the genre drama. So let me run this and do the. So obviously, I'm giving here the names like movies comedy or movies comedy are just to keep the track that which genres I'm combining or what kind of operation I'm doing. So that is how I have written the names over here. You can give the names as per your convenience. If you even understand that, okay, movies 1 means comedy, movies 2 means union of comedy and drama, you can use your convention. Nothing specific about the commands. That is what is required. So let us create that sub-data frame. Which you can see the movies with the genres drama and comedy. They have been listed. So total number of movies in this particular data frame are 392. So there are total 392 movies which are either of the genre drama or of comedy. But you can see this environment tab, right? Okay. This way I can use the logical operator over here. There is one more operator which I should use, which is called as match operator. Okay. So match operator. Is what does it do? So match operator is denoted by %in%. Okay. Match operator is given by %in%. So here I want the genres comedy and drama. So I'm just writing this particular command over here. And let me try to run this command. And let me check the output. Then I would talk about this %in% more. Match operator. What does it? So again, it returned me the same output as my logical operator or. All right. And in fact, one can know more about this particular operator by typing it in the help command. So I'm leaving it as an exercise to you guys that go and check it in the help. In fact, you can write here the command help in bracket and write that %in%. Okay. So go and check how you can use the help command over here. So as we have done with or, logical or, we can check whether we can use the AND operator. Okay. So here suppose we try to filter the movies with genre mystery and suspense and which have the IMDb rating to be greater than or equal to 7.5. All right. Suppose I want the movies with higher IMDb ratings and I want the genre to be mystery and suspense. So the command which would go is filter of movies data frame genre equal to mystery and suspense and so this is logical and operator over here. IMDb rating greater equal to 7.5. So let me just put control enter and I can run this and let's do movies from IM how that oh there is some issue that movies com IM is not found. Why? Because yes, because I had created it mystery and with IMDb data, but I have given here wrong name of that data frame, so it is giving some error. So obviously you need to be careful while you work on this. Okay, so fine. Surprisingly, there is no movie with the genre mystery and suspense with IMDb rating greater or equal to 7.5. All right. So fine, it may happen. And let's check whether there is any comedy movie with a particular genre. And so let me write here, I'm typing it in console. Add that genre comedy, and let me that data frame. Okay. And then in comedy, there are 7 films with IMDb rating greater than or equal to 7.5. Let's check whether these have actually IMDb rating greater than or equal to 7.5. Audience, critic, IMDb rating, you can see over here, they are greater than 7.5. 7.6 onwards till 0.1. Okay. So in this way, I can use the logical and operator and logical or operator as well as the match operator. Okay. So this was about the filter function. Now let's talk about function arrange. So as the name suggests, it arranges the given data in a particular order. So if it is in numbers, the numeric data, then it would arrange it in the ascending order or descending order as per my command. If it is in alphabetic, if it is alphanumeric, then probably it may arrange it in alphabetic order. Let's see how it works. Okay. So suppose now I'm arranging the movies as per the critic rating. So your command is arrange critics scores, movies, comma, critics score. So let's press Control Enter to run commands, and let's view that sub data frame. So here, as per the critics rating, movies have been arranged in the ascending order. So you can see over here, the serial numbers now have become, I mean, they are not occurring serially because we are arranging the data as per the critics score. So let's check the critic score over here. Yes, critic scores are say 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and so on. So critic score is in ascending order. Can we have it in the descending order? Answer is yes. For descending order, we need to give extra command like S of the critic score. So critic score in the descending order. So I can say that by default arrange function will arrange the data in ascending order. But to have it in the descending order, I'll have to use the extra command DESC. And can actually press Control Enter. Okay, because okay. Now here you can see movies now probably might have arranged as per the yes the critic scores, and they are arranged descending order. Starting with 100, probably going down. Yes, 95, 3, 2, and so on. So that was about function arrange. I combine the variables in the arrange command. So here I can combine the variables in the arrange command as per the genre and the critic scores as well. Okay. So if I put this arrange command with genre and critic score. Let's check what happens. Okay, let me put control enter and let us do this. If you can see the genre of the movies is arranged as per action, I mean as per the alphabetical order. First is action and adventure. Let me just out next genres. After action and adventure, we have comedy. Probably we can expect yes, documentary, feature films, and so on. Okay, so sorry, action, comedy, then drama, documentary, drama, and so on. So that is how the genres have been arranged. And what about the or the critic score? Let's check critic score. Critic scores, they are also in ascending order only. See, first they have arranged genres in the ascending order, and then as per the genres, whatever the corresponding critic scores are, they have arranged them in the ascending order. Okay, then the next genre is chosen according to, suppose it is the first was action and adventure, and you had some 10 values of the critic scores. Those 10 values of critic scores were arranged in the ascending. Then the next genre is selected as per the alphabetical order. So after action and adventure, I think the next would be comedy. So for comedy, suppose there are some 87 odd movies. So critic scores of those 87 movies are arranged in the ascending order. Like this, we can combine two or more variables to arrange. All right. Now let's go ahead with the function select. Okay. So what is this function select? Does it selects the variables based on their name. Okay. So suppose I want to see this data frame is big, has 31 columns, but all those 31 columns I may not be of my use. Suppose I want only the movies. Suppose I want the movies only with the title, genre, and audience rating. So let me have it is, let me select only those columns from the given data frame. So let me, so the command movies stands for the data frame, and I want to have only title, genre, and audience rating from that data frame. So let me press Control F over here and let's view that small data frame. So I have now only 3 columns, which probably are more easy for me to handle. I can put any names over here, obviously. Now here in that movies data frame, you might have seen, we had seen that there were 3 columns with the similar names. In fact, 6 columns. The 3 columns were for theatrical release year, theatrical release date, theatrical release month, and then similar 3 columns were there for the DVD release. All right. So suppose now I can view now I want to view the columns which starts with the similar names in one go. Okay. I can use the command starts with. Okay. So select movies. I want title of the movies and the columns which starts with THTR, that is theater. Okay. So if I just put control enter and we can do how that data frame looks here. Title, theatrical release year, theater release month, and theater release. So these 3 columns are visible now. So this is also very nice feature provided by this dplyr package. Columns with similar names could be called in one. Then we may need to rename certain variables. Okay. So as this theatrical release year, that theater release probably may be clumsy for me. So suppose I just want to rename it by release year. So I can rename it with the command is to give the new name equal to the old name in the double quotes. Can that in this data frame, this particular column, its name have been changed to release year. That can be very easy. So this is how one can rename the variables. Okay. So we have seen how to filter, how to arrange, how to rename different variables. Now I may need to create new variables which might be function of two or more existing variables in the data frame. For that, we need to use mutate function. How one can use that mutate function? The command is mutate, then name of the data frame, and let me call that new variable to be, say, some variable I would define. Suppose I want to have the, I want to add the column which is, say, difference of critic score and audience score. Okay, so let me call that as CRIAUD, that the new variable, which is, I suppose, the difference between critic score and audience score. So the new name of the variable and its definition I need to give, how I want to define it. And let's check how does that look. So here, if you can see this mutated data frame, it has got now 32 variables. That last variable have been added as the last column. Let me check it over here. It is CRIAUD, and it is difference of critics score and audience score. 45 minus 73, I think that was some minus 20, 96 minus 81, then 91 minus 91 should be 0. So let's check the values in the last column. Yes, the last column. Sorry. So you can see here minus 20, 50, 0, and so on. So this is how one can use the mutate function. Okay. Now I want you people to use, see, I've given you a very basic idea about how different functions in dplyr could be used. But they could be used in combination of the commands which we had seen for the data frames, because ultimately we are using functions to handle the data frames, isn't it? So I want you people to use various data frame commands taught earlier to make the above data frame more readable. And probably I want you to check out whether how you can summarize the data frame, probably as per the critics rating or as per the audience rating and so on. Such various operations I want you people to perform on your own and explore this more. All right. So I would stop over here. This is Sandhya Tapadia signing off. Happy learning hour. All right. Bye bye.